Yeah, I gotta stretch. Get ready. Get ready for some Dungeons and Dragons. There's dragons in this dungeon. Well, there's dragons, but they're not technically dungeons yet. Um, yeah, mostly just dragons, like eggs for dragons, from dragons for you, since you're the one that recovered a bunch of dragon eggs. Congratulations to you, the new owners question mark of dragon eggs, and lots of them. You did very well. Somehow you didn't die. That's nice. That's very good. I'm glad for that. And I would like for all of you to have taken a long rest, please. I don't hand those out. Nope, yeah, nope. You're still muted. I muted you on this side, and then you muted you with your headset, Matt. You got to uncontrol your. No, you're muted right now. Talking. No, see, I can't hear you. Just see your mouth moving. Just see those pretty little lips flapping around in the wind. Yep, see, just like that. No, you got to go over. You got to uncontrol your D now. It's a controller command D on this screen. Nope, it's no over here. No, look over here. There. Yeah, yeah. You got to go to the other window. You can't. No, you just when you go like this. No, you have to go into the window for Google Hangouts and then unmute yourself because thank you because you're not in the headset on the thing in the thing on the thing. Don't worry, y'all. He'll get it
Oh
figured
shit!
out.
I got
There
it.
he is.
I
There he is. Wow. Wow.
Holy
Welcome
shit!
back, Matt. It's great to see
Hi,
you. Hello. Welcome to the game.
Manuel. I tried to communicate to Hadley. Please tell him I tried to communicate.
I believe it, but not I could, but I was yeah.
Manuel, please tell Hadley that if he does not consider that I tried to
This is the
communicate with
same.
him,
This is the
that
same
it
sort
would
of
trigger
thing
me
that
because that's the way
Matt's
that my
dad
first
used to
husband left
do.
me.
Would was talk through through a surrogate
I hate everything.
instead of addressing him directly. And now
I want
now we are experiencing the cycles of trauma.
I want my money back.
And I give me my money back. Give me my money back, you
Wayne,
bitch.
Wayne
See,
Jennings,
again,
please.
he's doing the same. He's going to do that same thing. He's going to try and keep that ball rolling. So
Rios, dude.
y'all did such a good job. How many dragon eggs do you guys have right now?
We got like all of them, don't we?
Like a lot of dragon eggs.
We got
Gary got one dragon egg.
Gary got a dragon egg.
I helped get a dragon egg.
You got a dragon egg.
You're a boss, dude.
It's like
I
it's
think
like
I
Oprah in
seduced,
here.
like
You
three
get a
demons.
dragon egg, and you get a dragon egg, and you get a dragon egg. Everybody gets dragon eggs, because you did such a good job doing the dragon egg hunt. It was like Easter, except without having to rely on Jesus to lay a bunch of eggs.
Now, can we hatch one of the eggs and have it as a pet?
Absolutely not. That is all.
No.
That sounds
Okay.
like a horrible idea. Because I know you won't clean up after it. I'll be the one that has to feed it and clean up after it, and you'll get to enjoy having the dragon as a pet. But I'm gonna have to do all the work.
That's what parents do.
Yes, but I'm just your daddy in real life.
Okay.
In the game, I am God.
All right, that's fair.
I'm actually more like a Titan, like a celestial overlord of all things. And yeah, so I'm not going to clean up after your dragon, is all I'm saying. But as I have primed them, they are going to be getting some draconically empowered magical items today. So I'm looking forward to seeing what those goodies might be. So rack your brains, get them up there and stretch them out. Draw and quarter your whole brain into the little pieces that can produce creative items that Cyanel Silverwhip can imbue into your weapons. Um, Very exciting. Um, we didn't really do sort of the introduction part of the program. So welcome, yeah, welcome to another DMing Hadley game. Um, Tonight we're playing the OG Mercenary Guild, and this is season 6, episode 7, if I recall correctly. Is that right? I think so. I'm going to go back to my notes. I took notes. Yes, because last episode was season 6, episode 6. The devil is in the details. This episode is season 6, episode 7, which I have entitled, I hope you like it, Tipping the Scales. And so I think with all that, we can probably just get right down to the round robin. During the round robin, how we like to do 4 distinct things. The first thing we do is introduce ourselves. The second thing we do is share with one another and the world our pronouns. The third thing we do is introduce our characters. The fourth and final thing is offer a vivid aesthetic description of those characters. Why, you might ask? Well, the answer is simple. So they can live in each and every one of our brain holes. Because, you see, I like to vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 2 to 3 hours at a time, 6 days a week, often multiple times per day. And today is no different. So, without further ado, Manuel, why don't you take it away and show the folks at home how it's done?
Yes, hello, good morning. I'm Manuel, going by he, him pronouns. And once again, I'm running drummer, the Tabaxi Bard, not so much of a singer, more of a drummer. And then he's with the spoken word performances. Other people might call it political propaganda. But well, he met his masters during the past few weeks, and it's hard to deal with devils. He's picked up a few tricks from Rios, although he wouldn't go as far as selling his soul on a daily basis. Still a bit shocked by that, but also very grateful that Rios picked up where his rhetoric skills, where drummer's rhetoric skills came to an end. He's a tall, slender, very handsome tabaxi, honey-colored fur with the dark tips. He always has a very colorful scarf that he wears that he's very proud of. And with all these dragon eggs around, he's actually thinking about maybe changing this scarf, which is by now just wool knitted, to something more, I don't know, maybe get some dragon themed stuff in there. He's just thinking. Or he will be thinking, because if I remember correctly, we're still right in the middle of some devils.
Fortunately, you are.
hmm
You will not be when we pick up.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
hmm
And like I said, y'all should go ahead and take long rests. We
hmm
will start fresh today.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I'll give you magic items all day and all night. But what I am the worst at doling out are long rests. But it does seem very apt that after a long day of retrieving dragon eggs from one continent and then traveling across another one and making friends with devils, literal devils, and then literal. and then getting more dragon eggs, you guys probably deserve a nap. So congratulations. Thanks, Manuel. Wayne, do the thing.
Oh, g'day. Wayne from sunny Brisbane, only about a third of which is currently underwater. Strange times we live in. My pronouns are he, him. I'll be playing Wayne the Wizard. He's a Fey Wanderer Ranger, but he wears a pointy hat. He fights with a long wizard stick. Probably going to invest in some curly-toed wizard boots. Wears a bit more scruffy robes, beat-up leather bits of armor than your average wizard. Having been sold to the Fae as a child, he's learnt the Fae habit of, never give anyone your real identity, name, address, or serial number under any circumstances, and always be friendly and polite.
These are important. These are important things.
Very important things
to do and be.
Not just to the Fae.
These are extremely important things to do.
Yeah. I had to check. I was like, I know that Wayne's not messing with me when it comes to Brisbane being underwater. The extent of which I was not fully aware of until just now.
I got lucky. I'm safe. I've got power.
Sorry. The worst
I've got drinking water.
Flooding in New South Wales in 50 years.
Yeah, Lismore copped it a lot worse than we did, and we copped it bad.
Holy cow.
They're saying things like a year's worth of rain in 2 days. And yeah. There's that whole, once in a lifetime natural disaster. We're getting one of those every year. Every year.
Holy shit. Wow.
It's the perfect time to play D&D.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. I just want to say that in response to Rios there, that it's really comforting to be able to pretend to be able to avert natural disasters. It's very cathartic. I'm so grateful I can be here this afternoon. I love you all.
Glad to have you. Yeah.
I would like to ask one question. I know how I feel about Margaret Thatcher, but how do people in Brisbane feel about Margaret Thatcher?
Oh wow, that's a deep question.
I
thought we were going to avoid the deepest political discourses today, but no.
Well, I mean, I think people my age remember her.
I will not say anything about this Margaret Thatcher. I don't know
not
who
particularly
she is.
fondly. Most of my friends who I work with are very Margaret Thatcher, Ronald Reagan are kind of vague folk myths to them now, bogeymen.
Yeah, that's about right.
Was not a fan when she was relevant. Was not a fan personally.
Wow,
all I know is Maggie Thatcher, the milk snatcher.
That's wow. Wow. It's gonna be like that.
Thank you, Wayne, for entertaining my leftist views.
I mean, everyone's to the left of Margaret Thatcher, so that's not really a problem.
I loved you all. I'm sorry that I was part of this campaign.
Like I said, I got your money. Thanks, Wayne. And it is, Matt, it is your turn. You don't even have to mute yourself. You could dive right in, buddy.
I don't even have to mute myself. My name is Matt. I am originally from Georgia. I am currently living in New York. I'm a family physician. My character's name is Larvain. He's the most beautiful blonde-haired paladin you've ever seen. He is a paladin of the Watchers, which means that he is on the lookout for everybody in the plane to strike against extraplanar entities. He was very wonderfully named by Manuel as Gary. Last week. He's not so smart. Like, he just sees evil and he smashes it. And Gary tried to play that down. Manuel was very helpful in trying to help Gary to play that down. I'm very, very excited to see what happens to Larvain this week.
Me too.
He's not so smart. He's not so smart.
We don't. Hey, listen. We don't like our men smart. We like them pretty.
Amen. Amen. My boyfriend broke up with me.
Speaking of which,
My boyfriend broke up with me this week. So
no.
you guys have to be nice to me this
So
week.
it's time for an upgrade. It sounds like. Speaking of upgrades, Rios.
Hello.
I was gonna say,
Uh,
speaking of beautiful
yeah.
dumb men,
Oh,
but
thank you.
I mean, it's that and an upgrade at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, my turn. I am Rios.
Hi,
I also go by Jen sometimes. You'll hear Hadley call me
I
that most.
will, I
Yeah.
will.
And
It's his gamer tag.
yeah, it's my gamer tag guy. Come on. I am playing no he him pronouns first off,
There you
and
go, nicely done.
perfect. I am playing the very suddenly charismatic Brandon Rivers, the human variant fighter. He was somehow in the past 3 sessions, I think, has I think in each of those sessions he has managed to charm 3 different devils. So like I think he has a nickname, the Devil Charmer. That's his nickname
It's
now.
not far off. Not far
Yeah.
off.
However, he did in order to save everyone last session. He did kind of have to sell his soul. So hopefully that doesn't kill him down the line.
Hopefully that
Well,
doesn't come back to haunt him.
to haunt him somewhere. No, surely
Nope.
not. So
Nope.
like his life has been turned upside down. Like at first he was supposed to like destroy all evil. Now he's kind of like being a little bit friendly toward them, just so they don't kill him and his friends.
I guess surviving is pretty
Yeah,
important.
surviving is the truth. Currently, one of his favorite people is Wayne the Wizard, his best friend, who is absolutely a wizard.
Definitely a
and
wizard.
he still believes it to this day that he's a wizard. And then his least favorite person is Gary because he almost got everyone killed.
Well, yeah.
I'm joking.
I
I'm joking.
mean,
That was a joke, Matt.
I don't know.
Uh,
But that's
all things,
the
all
age
jokes.
old question.
Yeah,
But did you die?
exactly. All jokes aside,
Uh,
he's glad everyone made it back, and I think he's healing from a few acid scalding.
little burns, some
Yeah,
burns.
a
You got
few
some
burns.
nibble. You got some
Yeah,
nibble marks
I
on you
know.
too
Yeah,
from a very excited devilish
yeah,
woman.
yeah. I'm aware. On my
Uh,
hands.
yeah, just a little bit, just a little
She
bit.
likes hands. She has a hand fetish.
She's a devil. She wants all the fetishes.
That is true. Good
Sweet.
job, Gary.
Uh,
And that is it.
that's all of you guys. Which just leaves me, DMing Hadley. He, him pronouns here for about 60% or so of your DMing needs. And to reference Matt's earlier question, is there a tabletop? What do you think the other 40% is? Yeah, hey, listen, you want a virtual tabletop? I didn't think so, because you gotta cough up a lot more money to get a virtual tabletop out of me, baby. Yeah, you gotta pony up like this, like dollar bills, y'all. Yeah. Hey, listen, hey, I'm right here. Yeah. What's the old saying? Gas, grass, or ass? Nobody rides for free.
I hate everything.
Yeah, it's a hard knock life for us. We will begin in the hangar of the Mercenary Guild Air Base. As you look on, you see a bright blue light illuminate from Sinel Silver Whip's Hobart style magical creator. And you see she's got on like some welding goggles. And she opens up this drop down machine. And as she does, she pulls out a steaming fairy dragon egg. You recognize it with its lavender going into teal scales. And she reaches in with big, heavy leather gloves and hoists this huge egg out and moves it onto the workbench into a dense sort of foam holder. And she turns around and doffs her gloves and puts her goggles up on her forehead and turns around and sort of dusts her hands off and looks at your party and says, "You've all done quite an exceptional job with this collection of eggs." And she turns around and gestures, and there's about 16 dragon eggs on the just laying across this workbench. The last one, the fairy dragon egg, which stands out from the rest in just a ridiculous way, still steaming with magical energy. She says, "I think I've managed to ascertain the root of their draconic magic, and I am interested in." And if she had a mustache to twirl, she would. In what we might
Have her twirl rain.
be able to make. She reaches down, she twirls the end of her whip on her left hip, and looks at all of you almost maniacally. Guys, go ahead. We're not in combat here, but if you would please go ahead and roll initiative for me, and we'll see who's going to go first on this list. And if you're out there and you're wondering how I like to do initiative, well, it's pretty simple. When you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you've got the highest initiative score, you just go ahead and shout out. And then we just
24,
work down
24,
See, just like that.
24.
20, wait,
Six.
just six? Just six? That's no bad.
63.
No. All right. So first up on the chopping block, first up for new goodies, drummer 24, Wayne 15, and then Larvain 7, and Brandon with a 6. 6 for Brandon. Okay. Cyanel walks over towards you, drummer, and she gets real close to you, and she says, "What'll it be, kitty cat?"
Yeah, I already said that. I like that new scarf, and the only draconic themed thing that I've come up with so far is completely useless for my character. But I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it anyway, because I thought that it would be neat to have like some different colored scales woven into it. And when I touch the black scales, the damage my rapier does turns to necrotic for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
When I touch the white scales, the damage my rapier does turns to radiant, and when I touch the blue scales, it turns to lightning for 1 minute.
Not bad. Not bad.
It's
Yeah, here's what I'd love to do. Is essentially give you an array, and here's how I'd like to play it. And I know you don't often use the rapier, so here's what I think might be interesting. Is that you have essentially the ability to hellishly rebuke with a chosen draconic type. So when you are hit by an adversary, you can essentially choose what sort of draconic energy you want to use, tapping into literal scales in your scarf. And you see Cyanel. She looks like a mad scientist as she dances through her workshop with your scarf and then chucks it into the Hobart and pulls it down. And you see her interact with a little glass pad to the right of this machine. And then she hits a button, and we just see this big wave of blue energy emanate from this machine, and she cackles with delight as she lifts the lid, and this blue sort of steam rises up and curls, turning pink as it dissipates into the air. And she reaches inside again with a gloved hand and plucks out your scarf, which jingles just a little bit with two layers of scales at the end, or at each end of the scarf itself.
Yeah, it looks more like a Harburg now, right? Yeah.
And she tosses that back to you enthusiastically, and she sort of sidles up to Wayne, and she says, "How long do you really think you can keep up this charade?"
Not entirely sure what a charade is.
It's kind of like a
Sounds like
charade, but
I kind of thought it was one of those little
faster.
fancy things you get on a bicky at a really fancy cocktail party.
Um,
The waiters come around and would Monsieur or Ms. Dame like a charade or a horse's duver. And that's I don't usually eat that fancy. I'm more used to living off the land.
Okay, you can play it. You can play coy with me. That's fine. That's fine. I like it. And
You'll have to explain the rules.
and she says, "What'll it be? What'll it be?"
Tactically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
if I learn anything from the last couple of missions, is that we're a bit lacking in flight capacity when Rivieris isn't around. Is there a way you build that into my outkit?
She looks you over, turns you around quite brusquely, and she runs her fingers down your spine, between your shoulder blades, and she says, maybe. And she said, but it might take a little doing, if you know what I mean.
Not exactly. I trust you're the expert in your field.
Well,
I prefer to trust people to be experts in what they've been promoted to be. It saves me a lot of bother. So yeah, totally take your word for it.
How about this? She goes and she grabs a necklace, and then goes and does some autoerotic asphyxiation in front of everyone, apparently. And 10 out of 10. No notes. She grabs that, and you see her chuck it into this Hobart, bring the lid down, starts to doop-a-doop-doop-doop-doop, type on the little glass tablet, and she hits a button, and with another maniacal poof, there's another blast of blue magical energy, and she opens the lid to this thing, and as she does, you can see that the pendant and the chain that's on it have changed. The necklace itself looks like dragon claw after dragon claw. Just sort of like from the huge latch in the back, just dragon claw after dragon claw after dragon claw. and the centermost piece, there is a I don't even know what the hell kind of sort of not trapezoidal. See if I can find the right shape for this. It sort of looks like a geodesic dragon's head. It's flat on top, two angled bits, and then two angled bits that are a little bit longer with a flat bottom. It looks like the facets actually make it look like there's little nostrils at the bottom. And that is affixed inside of two dragon wings, which the chain attaches to the top of. And she holds it out on the end of like a set of tongs as she pulls it from this. It still looks hot, and she walks over and pulls her goggles up again, and she says, "Careful, it's a little hot."
Reach in for me hanky, I guess, then. Wrapping my hands in my handkerchief. And does the handkerchief catch on fire?
No, just a little sizzle.
So, ooh.
And
You've got a good eye.
I think there might be.
That's real purty.
Let's see if I can find. You got a purty mouth. I see you, Matt.
And purty nostrils.
Nice. Let's see. I might actually be able to find this for you, and add it. Nope. No. No, not it. No. There we go. Wings of flying.
Ah.
A wondrous little item here, which I've now equipped. You can just. It is not a cloak. It is a necklace.
Gotcha.
And
Miss Sinel, you're a bloody beauty, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
She blows you a little kiss, and she turns and looks at Larvain, and she sort of rubs her chin a little bit. She says, "Did you finish your paperwork and orientation?"
Lady, I have never shown up to an orientation to which I've never finished the paperwork. I only do what you ask of me.
Okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes for now.
Yes,
yes,
lady.
yes. Okay. I saw on your dossier you go by Gary.
My comrades have called me that, yes, lady.
You can call me Cyanel.
Yes, I know.
Or Miss Silverwhip, if you're nasty.
Miss Silverwhip.
Oh, you're nasty, I see.
Yes.
What, as she looks you over, can I do for you?
Anything that you could give me, Miss Cyanel, that I would be able to use to help my fellow brethren with, I would gladly accept. And the payment for I would gladly accept as well.
She holds her hand up. You aided in the finding and returning of these dragon eggs to us. You will be compensated for your bravery and participation in this search and rescue mission. And she turns and what would you like? What could you use to make Larvain more robust or capable?
Oh, more robust, milady. A shield to protect me from those onslaughts, which may come from the front or behind. Who knows?
Very interesting. Bear with me just a moment. I'm going to take a look and see if there's anything that immediately stands out here. Ooh, interesting, interesting. I you got a little bit of a okay, do this for me. If there is hmm, hmm, uh could give you the shield of missile attraction. But I don't think that's quite what we're looking for here. Okay, here's what I'd like to do. I'm gonna give you a. Oh, that's hot. I'm going to give you a Sentinel's shield. And I'm going to make it even better because you can roll a perception check against an attack within, let's say, 10 feet of you, and chuck your shield, and then roll a d4 to potentially block an attack against another member of your party. So you'll get the regular +2 bonus, plus advantage on perception checks and initiative. Yeah, and you can chuck this shield and potentially prevent somebody else from getting hit.
You're too kind, my lady.
That's what they all say.
I am a worm in your presence.
She's like, oh, you're one of those types. And she turns and looks at Brandon, and says,
I say, Mal, how's it going?
she smiles real big. She goes, listen, I did you dirty early on here, and I think this is going to be an opportunity for us to be on equal footing again.
Yeah, I was hoping you had something that could help a person if they suddenly lost their soul.
Oh, well, that's easy enough. Um, and she says, "You just need one of these." And she turns and she retrieves a ring from a box that has it's about yay big, and instead of all this filigree, it looks like a brain.
Oh, nice.
Uh
Oh, ring of mind shielding? Is that what it
huh.
is?
Yeah.
Okay.
She says, but it won't. Can't wear it while you're wearing your knuckle dusters,
Ah,
Jack,
can you make a
and
can you make a
ass.
can you make it a toe ring?
Um, she goes, you wear shoes, don't you?
Yeah, but I have really big feet, and these boots are actually bigger. That I have space with my toes.
That's that's really weird. She says, you know what? She hands you the ring. She says, you just go ahead and take that to
Perfect.
Bios, and she'll definitely
Perfect.
get that sized for whatever
No.
toe you want to be to wear it on. Uh,
Perfect. Now,
and Paul Ativa's out there. Hi, Ativa.
will I
Uh,
be able to get anything else?
she says, "Oh yeah, no, that one's for freebies, baby. I
Oh,
just
perfect.
yeah. What's your draconic wants and desires these days?"
Well, I don't want to replace Jack and Ads. They're like my trademark now.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah. So what about
Um,
something for my armor or
oh
my
yeah.
my bracers?
Of
Yeah.
course, of course. Let's take a quick gander at what you got so far here. Da, 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 da. I hey, you got a cloak of protection in here. That I don't know where that came
Oh yeah.
from.
Oh yeah, that was I was doing some practice. I was doing some building, and I
I
was
was like,
deciding
hey,
that.
uh,
I never had it equipped.
I know. Let's take a quick gander. You got real good armor class to start with.
Yeah.
So I think that where's your oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and just start by adding that ring for you. Just
Oh, I just did
you
it.
got it. Okay,
Yeah, I
great.
got it.
Because that will actually help you out here,
Perfect.
not insignificantly.
Maybe armor that gives me advantage with charisma persuasion checks because it seems like
Uh,
I'm good
don't.
at that.
You know what? She says that's
Oh yeah.
probably not a bad idea.
Speak,
Uh,
speaking of, did you
and
hear about how I managed to convince 3 devils to be our friends?
actually, yes. I did. I was somewhat impressed with the suggestion. And ooh, let's see here. Uh, no, no, I just want to see gleaming. Okay. She says, let's get you out of that armor. See if we can't give it a little luster. How's that sound?
Perfect. Yes, please. So I'm gonna pull a little device and
Just
underneath my
a,
shoulder
just a
pauldron.
boom.
It all falls out, and then now I'm in my underwear.
um, a
Perfect.
little more efficient than I was expecting, but at the same time,
I got sick and tired of putting it on and off all the time. Like putting it on is a hassle
that's
enough. So I gotta take it off.
okay. So here's what we're gonna do here. She's gonna take your armor, and
Okay.
she is going to scoop it all up and shovel it into this machine.
Okay.
And then she is going to chunk. And as she and then she turns around and sort of looks over her shoulder at you and winks. Boop, 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 and then hits a little button. And you see this time instead of blue,
Oh,
it's like red, just
perfect.
comes woof out of this machine, and she puts her goggles down and opens the thing and looks inside. And as you look inside, you can see that your armor, which was pretty well polished at this point, you came
Yeah.
in here,
I
Mercenary,
cleaned
you
it.
got cleaned up pretty good,
Yeah.
right?
I shaved and
Um,
everything. Why do you think she likes me now?
yeah, exactly. You got your
Yeah.
act together,
Yeah.
all cleaned up. And as you look inside of this, your armor is like a mirror polish to the point
Oh.
that it seems to gleam with an almost like crimson sheen to it. It's like you took like a mirror and then just hit it with like a candy apple red aura. And it is eye catching
I like it.
to say the
I like it.
least. And you see little
I look
bits
beautiful
of
now.
dragon. You see like filigree in the corners that look at first just sort of like little like pinstriping. But as you sort of focus on it, you can see that there's like a snarling red dragon's
Ooh.
like in profile. Just the dragon head mixed in with all these swirls. And you will get proficiency in persuasion checks.
Perfect.
As long as you wear this. So it's +3 to your persuasion.
Perfect.
To somewhat match your intimidating. So you are both threatening and
And
endearing,
intimidating.
like
Perfect.
me.
That's exactly
And
what the Devil Queen likes about me now.
she said, excuse me?
Uh, okay, so yeah, the Devil Queen, yeah, that's part of the one of the people I might have charmed, I guess. That's why I needed the Ring of Mind Shielding.
Endearing your oh, you sold your soul to the devil.
Yeah, literally, I needed to do it, else we're all gonna die.
Oh, that's
Why do you think
well.
I had these bite marks on my neck?
I thought you were just getting a little kinky with Gary.
Gary, listen, I've had enough
He's
devils in
so
my life.
pretty and so dumb.
Yeah, that's what Gary is.
That's why we love him.
Yeah.
I can't find an armor that matches my reward. What was my reward exactly?
I dropped it in there. If you refresh your,
Oh, I see it there. I see it there.
Yep.
Oh,
So you will want to
speaking
add.
of,
Hang on. You will want to add your little note that you essentially can Captain America that shield and roll a d4.
Nice. I just see the
Uh,
Sentinel shield there.
yep.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
You bet. Yeah, Rios.
oh, so like how Zabir almost did to me. Did the Devil Queen put a rune on me?
No, you don't see any marks.
I mean, she grabbed my hand. I thought that would have done something like that.
Yeah, don't see anything that outwardly says that your soul belongs to her.
Okay, great.
Yep. Yep.
Except for the marks on my neck. You know, that's.
I thought that was Gary. I mean, look, the
No, it
tool
was not.
pattern is
Listen,
almost identical.
I was gonna put an end to that rumor. I tend to be more favorable to the female gender.
She turns and looks. She was like,
Yeah.
I thought Gary was a lady.
Oh, you didn't know he was a man?
I didn't want to really. I didn't want to make assumptions, but if you said
Salnell, his
they've
name is
Slower.
Gary.
got
Slower, Mama, slower.
Yeah, you see, his name's Gary, and like, I mean, like Gary's not a woman
I
name.
didn't know that was a gendered name, Gary. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, like, you can see.
I mean, it's not my name. It's not my name either.
Hillary, Lavaine.
Hillary, Gary.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what his real name is. I just call him Gary.
Okay, I think it's Lavaine. That's what I saw on his dossier.
I might have to look at it later.
I listen. I understand. She reaches up and plays with the tip of her ear. She's like, I know that like elves tend to have a very androgynous look, but
we do.
Okay, all right.
Oh, that's true.
We're not
Well,
upset
here's
about
the-
it. It's the humans that usually are.
Yeah, because they have like a weird thing about penises or the lack thereof. I'm not sure what their whole thing is.
I'm not sure about the lore of these elves, but it seems like they're into things that.
I mean, just it's all about give and take, y'all.
Yeah,
It's all about give and take.
Wait, aren't you? Oh, isn't she an elf? Yeah, she's an elf, right?
She's half elf.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, aren't you part elf? That means that you have like this,
right?
You have like the same taste and stuff.
I don't. I mean, I'm pretty like down for whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, you've been cooped up near the entire for a long time. You probably haven't had any of that stuff in a while.
Elves,
enjoy your armor. I hope you enjoy your armor. It was great to see you.
Thank you for the armor.
Completely
clueless of the awkward air you've made.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Y'all rest up. You did a good job. I'm real proud of you boys.
Enjoy the rest of those eggs.
I will.
You will.
And
before we go, what are you gonna do with them? By the way, like I know it's like
nothing.
Okay. Okay.
We did everything we're gonna do with the eggs. Okay.
Everything.
Everybody's like, hey, why don't you hatch the eggs? And I'm like, that's the whole point here, guys, is not to hatch the eggs so that they don't bring back Tiamat.
Well, I mean,
Okay?
we could. What if we cook one of them up and see like what happens if we eat the you know?
Oh, you really don't know shit about dragon eggs, do you,
No,
homie?
I don't. I'm literally from the
Wow.
middle of nowhere.
There's literal living entities in there right now.
Oh,
The dragons are like when the egg guys get comfortable, pull up like a comfortable seat and pay attention here. Um, Guys, as soon as dragon eggs are laid, they're already alive inside of
oh.
them.
Does that mean? Can they hear us talk right now?
Yes,
Oh,
they
okay. So
hear
okay.
everything.
All
They
right. I wanna.
learn through the eggs the entire period of gestation,
I see.
which could be for some eggs many centuries worth of information that they've been able to accumulate before they actually hatch.
Okay. Is very educational.
Yes, especially for the dragons.
Yeah.
Imagine having centuries worth of knowledge shared with you before you were ever
Oh wow. Maybe that's
uh,
why dragons are so intelligent and smart and
and
strong.
charismatic.
How's Hay? How old is Hayrick?
He is an adult dragon, which means that he would have to be hundreds of years old.
And the writer, I only saw him once. I don't really know what his name is,
Um, uh,
but like
Dunwyn.
Dunwin. Okay,
Dunwyn, yes.
and Dunwin is that's interesting. And I remember the last time I asked about that. Hayrick is actually like the owner of Dunwin.
They don't. No one owns a dragon.
No, I mean the Hayrig, the dragon owns Dunwin, the
Oh,
human.
that's. I mean, he probably sees Dunwyn as a pet. Sure.
Yeah, you see, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. They have a mutual sort of trust, like any beast and a dragon would.
Oh, anyway, Wayne's pretty good at talking to animals. Maybe we can have him talk to the eggs and maybe
Wait,
get to our side.
Wayne, do you wanna? Hey, Wayne! Wow, what a look! Wayne, do you wanna shift babysitting the dragons? Eggs?
Oh, the stories we can tell. Well,
Can
since they've had to listen to this past conversation, I feel we need to clear things up. Okay, ears up,
Sure.
dragon babies. Elves, androgynous but kind of femme. Dwarves, androgynous but beardy. Orcs, half-elves, androgynous but ripped as shit.
Yeah, they're
What am I
like
leaving out?
double caked up for life.
Gnomes, androgynous, kind of old, kind of weird, tiny, kind of creepy.
Can we go back to the orcs for a second?
Yeah, they're caked up. They're like double caked up, baby.
He got a booty though, right?
They thick with more than one seat.
Okay, he got a booty though.
Does that mean it's still a K, or is it just like two C's? And that's it.
It's at least it is no less than two C's.
All right. It is a little weird though. Wayne the Wizard is good at talking to animals, but it's not like to each their own. To each their own, right? Wayne, how did that happen? How are you able to talk to animals?
Do Wayne the Wizard got a booty though?
That is a
Well,
great question. We're gonna have to
good
deal with
question.
that right now first before we move on.
Okay.
Oh,
Wayne,
that's right.
Just a quick question. What's your strength score?
10.
Whoa.
10. Okay.
10.
So he's got.
But I do have expertise in athletics.
Okay. All right. So maybe like a baby bunt cake.
He got a white boy booty.
He got it's not lacking.
It's
not
a white
lacking,
boy.
What
but
about
it
Brandon?
ain't-
Brandon has
I
20
think
strength.
I think it's a white boy booty.
Yeah,
But I
Brandon's
did.
got the cake. Brandon's got the
Yeah,
pound cake.
I
for
got
sure.
20 strength and a proficient in the. How do you think I was
Yeah.
able to? How do you
You
think I was
could-
able to charm that Devil Queen?
Yeah, because she could bounce a whole mountain
Yeah,
off of that ass.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Like
at
she
least-
grabbed it and it just,
Okay, cool.
It grabbed back.
Poppy.
Yeah,
doing it.
it grabbed back.
Wayne,
Okay.
after doing a few laps in the acid pool last session, I think we can safely assume that I have at least bleached
Yeah, bleach
be.
to ass.
Or as we prefer to call it these days, I've changed my ringtone.
Nice.
White boy booty.
Nice. All right. You are thicker than a fun-sized Snicker.
Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
No, Brandon's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
I'm old and scrawny. Hey, old and
Yeah,
scrawny.
you got that. You got that lean meat. Yeah, that old man strength. Yeah, chiseled. But not. But it doesn't stand. You got a cloak over
Wiry.
it. So
Wiry.
yeah, exactly.
Not skeletal. Wiry.
Fair. All right. Now that we've ascertained everyone's asses, it just happens on its own. I'm not in charge of these things. I don't actively contribute. The puns just roll out. Cyanil says, yeah, listen, great getting to see everybody. Go get some rest, maybe. We've got a few more stops on this tour to get some dragon eggs, but I think we're well on our way to, well, tipping the scales in our favor. And she chuckles to herself. And okay, I would like for everyone to make sure they've taken a long rest. And I would like to take a moment now, and I'd like to know how your characters spend their downtime. There's actually going to be a couple of days here where you're not on assignment. You are given a little bit of time off. You have a lot of options here, and so I'm just going to sort of offer up what we've got. In the main hangar, you are going to have access to BIOS and the former Mercenary Guild headquarters turned airship. You will have access to Cyanel Silverwhip. You will have access to BIOS and her workshop. You will have access to Chester if you would like to talk to him. You will have see here. There's a few people that you'll have even more access to. What's that guy's name who has escaped me? Yeah, so actually, I'm going to go right down the list here, and we'll do that whole thing one more time. And I want to know how you're spending your time. You can also just interact with one another, and I'm glad to run those scenes as well. What was his name? Gavin. Warmheart. Not Wormheart. Warmheart. He's a big guy and works in the kitchens there in the galley.
Is that the same chicken that WizKid almost like blew up with his firebolts?
That might be him. That might be him. And what else? What else? Yeah, we'll just start at the top and work our way down. Drummer, what do you do? What do you do in your downtime here?
Yeah, having spent so much time with demons, devils, and whatnot, I really need that time to socialize, to to know everyone better, and I'm going to spend a whole lot of time with my drum kit. I mean, I haven't really had time to um, check out all these little modifications that BIOS has built in there. So I think I'm going to have like a drum session in the evening where I just casually invite like everyone in the whole guild because I need an audience. I haven't had an audience for a long time, so
Like this.
I make it a thing to set the drum kit up in the mess hall, and then tell during the day, tell everyone to come there at 8 sharp that is, and then I just I have my little drum sessions there. I mean, people are free to join in as long as they don't make a sound.
Would you like to roll me a performance check, or would you like to take a 10 on this? Take 10.
No.
Take 10 just means you essentially get an 18.
That's it's a 24.
Okay, all right.
Nat 20.
Magnificent. Magnificent indeed. As you take that shot, just beautiful. You are, really jamming. And I think we see a number of members of the Mercenary Guild here. You guys also see an actual wizard. He seems to be quite reclusive, and sort of stands at the edge of. He's not in the mess hall. He's sort of outside in the hall, very close to those golden, energetic shields that vivisect the sort of living area from the rest of this main level of the ship. And I think we see a pretty significant boon here to morale, and none too late to really give a positive effect. With such a good roll, I would like for everyone to take a D4 die for any D20 check until you burn it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
We just hold on to it.
just hold on to it. You'll just have one
Right.
D4 to pull out. Just make a note, figure out how to keep yourself aware of that. But essentially, you have a morale bonus that you can utilize. Just a heads up here, we might not actually get directly into combat today. This is going to be a pretty RP heavy session. So we're going to sort of lean into that a little bit. Don't worry, we're going to have lots of opportunities to get more fighting, I promise. But yeah, so D4, and you can use that whenever you see fit. Just hang on to it. Nicely done, drummer. Anything else you want to do?
No, for the rest of the days, he's really just hanging around people. So if anyone else needs a helping hand, he's up for all kinds of mischief. You all know that he's dying to test out this new scarf because for him, like having a reaction in combat, it's like giving a clever retort, just with hurtful things. I mean,
Nice.
his rhetoric skills are also hurtful, but now it's actual pain, and he's dying to test that out. He's restraining himself though on the ship. But if anybody is coming up with anything and needs a wingman or anything, he's up for that.
You can. There is a sort of a training simulator which you're familiar with. It's this sort of geodesic sphere on the I guess technically it'd be the bow of the ship, top side.
Yeah.
And for those of you who weren't around for the intro to this season, the top of this ship has been fully built out with a huge sprawling garden, just rife with fey plants and mundane ones alike. There is another section which is like a bunch of different athletic opportunities there. If you want to practice your acrobatics, there's all sorts of things there. There is an animal enclosure in which there is a strangely wedge-faced baby rhinoceros looking thing. And a number of birds that seem to befriend it. It seems to like the birds a lot, and they seem to like it a lot too. And there's the big dome or the big sphere. Bios will be glad to run any simulations against anything you guys want to fight to practice using your stuff. Bios can tap into that and essentially utilize illusory magic.
Yeah, I'm a bit hesitant about the simulator because I feel that every time I enter, I feel like standing knee deep in dead monkey pixels.
Wow.
Dead monkey what?
Dead monkey pixels. That's what
Pix-
bias pixels.
Pixels.
I don't know what it is. Bias told me, but I'm really hesitant because of these dead monkey pixels.
Smash it.
Yeah, there were like 100 monkeys dying, and I was freaking out. Bias told me it's just pixels, but I don't know if they got all these monkey pixels out of the simulation.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Sweet. So yeah, lots of options to play around there. Let's bebop down to Wayne. Wayne, how do you spend your downtime here? You got a couple of days off?
A couple of days off. Well, first of all, getting back to me roots. I don't know if there's a research library kept on board, but he's definitely spending that first day trying to track it down.
Okay.
And if remotely successful, devouring that, or at least, well, obviously he can't read the whole thing if he finds one, but if he does find one, just guess it. Okay, what's covered here? What's covered here? What's covered here?
Let's ask this question. What are you looking for? What sort of information are you looking for?
Oh, if there is one, then let's go into apocalypses, predictions, prophecies, ways they were averted.
Okay, all right, very good.
Previous attempts to eminentize the eschaton.
Okay.
I love it. I love everything about it.
I love this a lot because it smells a lot like exposition, and I'm a fan. So this is a good sort of narrative. Roll me an investigation check, please. And I'm going to give you advantage on this because I think that ultimately you end up going to BIOS and talking to her about like how do I find the library? And she's like, well, I am a library.
I knew I liked BIOS
shit,
for a
lady.
reason. Okay.
Well, I mean, I've processed. I mean, goodness knows how many different tomes and histories. I have a encyclopedic knowledge of many different things. Actually, more than encyclopedic, because I read the encyclopedias and then I read the books that the encyclopedias drew from.
So, what can you tell me about previous ways apocalypses have been averted?
She goes, that's interesting. You know, the problem is because they were averted, there's not as much information on the things that went right as the things that went wrong.
Well, all good.
I'm gonna do this out of character, and with an 18 investigation. First, very good. She sort of starts more recently. She says, "Well, it seems that we've not adverted as many apocalyptic things as we'd like as of late. Obviously, now we're dealing with all of these overlapping planes on the planet of Tierra, and that's sort of terrifying. And I mean, I guess the Mercenary Guild really did a good job keeping Tiamat from coming to power when she was brought back on this plane. That was one in the W column for the good guys, I guess. Yeah, we've lost a bunch of good people in that fight, but she was driven back into the nine hells. So I guess that's a good one. And I think we might have averted something horrible from happening by bringing back Sayanine. She was yeah, she was missing for a long time. And so the Mercenary Guild found all of the various implements and the heart of Sayanine. And then she starts to get like misty eyed, which is a really interesting thing to see a robot do. And then she said, and then, well, Glenn, she they would they took the heart and then she well she became Sahanin. She gave up her body and she did let Sahanin take her body. She did come back as a ghost eventually for a little while.
Bios, do robots like hugs?
Yeah.
Do you need a hug?
Yeah.
Do you need a hug? Yes, bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in.
She squeezes you uncomfortably tightly. She like it is like oh.
Awkward, not sure what part of a tiny bronze construct to patting motions.
It's
general attempts to soothe, making eye contact with someone outside her own vision and mouthing, "Who's Sayanine?"
Yeah.
There.
Understandable.
Let it out.
She also goes on to explain that this wasn't the first apocalyptic thing that the Mercenary Guild has dealt with. That maybe about 70 or so years ago, there was a planet-wide threat where an individual by the name of Auslander had been found to be responsible for the death of a king, which sent the continent where the Feywild is currently located into a all-out war. And it seemed that it was his master plan to try and bring back a race of silicate individuals. Yeah. And
Silicate meaning that they're like golems.
They were spirits trapped in glass, in obsidian. So they were living individuals. Their spirits were trapped at first in stone, which they could manifest to look like themselves, empowered by a metal which is otherworldly in nature. And eventually they were able to imbue these metal discs into the glass, and their magical properties were taken along with them into it here. That's right, Black Mirror, Steel Souls. Well, these people were very unique. You see, they could shapeshift in the glass. Parts of them would break off and excuse me, and they could reform themselves. They could even just draw from sand itself and to empower themselves. And they could exist without having traditional corporeal form. They could essentially have a long, sprawling civilization just within the glass itself. And then she sort of, oh, well, I mean, their society might be in danger, though. It was sort of overrun by the mists.
That's where we picked up Drummer.
The mists.
The mists of Ravenloft.
Ravenloft lady. What does that mean?
There's a sprawling plain of evil that's in it's out. It's just you could literally probably see it from up here. It covers the eastern section of what we now refer to as the Forgotten Realms.
These are not things that ought to be so.
Now, yeah, you're telling me, pal.
Oh.
Yeah, it's bad in there. Well, at least we think it's bad in there. Nobody comes out, or at least nobody's come out yet. There wasn't a huge sort of demonic creature that seemed incapable of dying.
What sort of creature?
Kind of like your like that friend devil wing creatures, shadowy in nature. Some of them huge creatures, Leviathan-esque. And yeah, when they come out, they're real horror shows, like real, like capital R horror shows.
And their objective?
I think quite literally just to spread fear.
Fear is not of the gods. Fear
Carnage.
comes only of those who wish us to be enslaved.
Yeah, that's them. That's the you're right on the nose. That's the bingo. They want like more souls to control and more space to do it in. It's bad. It's bad. We've lost a lot of people to the mists. Lots of people, lots of civilians too. And again, no one's been able to come out yet, and that's really distressing. So we can't stop it from spreading. We can't get people out who've gone in. It continues to sprawl across the land, and we've got a pretty serious refugee crisis on our hands. Drummer, you know about that. You helped lead some of the efforts to get people away from the mists. He's actually a hero, y'all.
It was
Such a rare thing in these times.
It was utter chaos, and I mean, while hero is not misplaced, the amount of heroic deeds was actually kind of small, but in the circumstance, I think hero is just the right thing to call me. Yeah, but then again, the human tragedy, and not only human, but dwarven tragedy, gnomish tragedy. I'm trying to be, all inclusive here. It was a disaster. It was a disaster at the beginning.
Short end of the stick there.
I have to say, at the beginning, the turmoil was fun, and then we realized that it wouldn't go away. And then it became worse and worse every day, and then we had to leave, and then everybody was just running for their lives. It's gross.
Pretty terrifying stuff.
I heard he fought a two-headed dragon.
I think it was technically a four-headed hydra.
A four-headed hydra.
And I run when it became an eight-headed hydra. That's when we decided to run. Yeah,
my friend, we would have run when it came to six-headed hydra.
Did you see sex-headed?
Six-headed. Why would I say six-headed?
That's what I was wondering, was why you'd say that.
We would have run when it became a six-headed hydra.
Oh yeah, I mean any more than five heads and just right out immediately, just like deuces. Other apocalypses. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you look back far enough.
Was it cat? Was there a cat?
There's apparently a cat somewhere. Oh, it's feeding time. It's feeding time.
No, it bloody isn't, and he knows that.
Oh, it's
We've
not
got
yet
15
feeding
minutes.
time.
Mine
15
runs
minutes.
by a robot that she worships.
Guys, hydrate.
Right, well, yeah, I will cheerfully soak up any information that I can get BIOS to spill on that and any other topics. And evenings will be happily spent on the top deck because that just sounds like a wonderland.
It is. It's
And
beautiful.
there's just no end to the amount of curious bullshit he can get up to there. So,
Correct. I will. I'll give you one more here, just for good measure, and that is about 5,000 years ago. 5,000 years ago, there was a war between elves and the drow. Yeah. And Sehanine and a number of other deities. Maybe not deities so much as like ancient empowered elves fought a war to drive the drow underground. And the honestly, the implications of that war are still being felt. The drow feel that 5,000 years being forced to live underground was a pretty insane price to pay for the misgivings of their forefathers. They really take it to heart.
it's a
and
bit genocidal, yeah.
the big sprawling darkness in the middle of the Feywild is well, we've got an issue with a number of other drow gods. It seems like we were able to fight one or two of them, but ultimately, we can't seem to overcome their prowess. We don't have the power.
Gods.
So, yeah, that shadow space in the Feywild that continues to grow. We've got essentially two cancers growing on this planet, one of Ravenloft and the other the Underdark.
All right, so spirits of life and spirits of death. Yeah, fair call.
It's really difficult. So, hey, maybe you can take some of this knowledge and you can help us avert one of the many other apocalyptic scenarios we're faced with these days.
Why would we do that? That sounds like it would just take the interesting parts and diminish it.
Gathering intel before a fracas is always a good plan.
Don't get me wrong. I really do love when you wait until like the last second to cut the wire on the bomb.
That's the story of my life, dude.
But at least if we think about it first, we'll know which wire to cut.
Curiosity.
Yeah.
It's the great redeeming feature of the species.
I have one.
That and those thick, juicy badonkadonks that she slaps from the ass.
What type of badonkadonks?
No, the thick round ones.
Female or
The
male?
ones that have more than one seed.
What is? Yeah, well, I mean, at least one seed.
I
don't understand. I do not understand why gender comes in. She throws it back. She's like, I don't really technically have a gender,
Mama, slower.
I can throw it back with the best of them.
Throw it back.
It looks like two polished Buddha bellies.
I feel there's an important question, but what does Bios' body look like?
Bios is about 2'9".
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, she's
curvy, apparently.
She is thicker than a fun size Snicker.
But she's fun size. She's literally
I
fun.
Yeah.
wish to be destroyed.
And she's a robot warforged.
She is a warforged.
Same thing, yeah.
She is an artifice creation.
I wish to be destroyed.
Yeah, well, she's like, well, I mean,
I always imagined her to be like, I don't know why.
I
I
don't
imagined her to
understand
be like
as
a
small
Wally
as I
kind of
am why
character.
people keep asking me to step on them, but okay.
I don't know why, but I imagined Biles to look like a Wally kind of character. I didn't imagine her to be like a 2 foot tall warforged. Like what?
Oh, I thought you meant thick glasses, wears lots of stripes.
Wally.
No, I just wish to be destroyed.
Let me see if I can find. I feel like there's some good inspo I could pull here.
I feel like if you show us his pictures, we may or may not be put on some kind of FBI watch list.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, this one's not far off. Let's see. I mean, we're not entirely off base with the Wally reference.
Wally?
Just by way of aesthetic. Not painted so much.
Poor
like,
Wayne. I think he thinks
More like
we're
more like
crazy.
Eva.
More like
More
what?
like- More like Eva from Wally.
Average the two out, and we're getting pretty.
Does she have
close
like
here.
cute? Does she have like legs? Oh, I thought
She
she
got-
was
she
on
got-
wheels.
She got legs. No. She doesn't. She don't.
Oh, she's got legs.
Yeah, she
Oh,
walks
I was
around.
gonna
She trundles.
Wait, is she? And she has like hands. Oh wow! Oh, so she's like
a robot. She's a robot.
Okay.
Maine and Manuel
Now my entire
Manuel are looking for new campaigns to join.
They're already scrolling through, searching for new opportunities. It's okay. It's understandable.
We apologize for this.
I apologize for nothing. I'm gonna have to find you some inspo. Oh, that's cute. Wow. Somebody built a steampunk R2D2. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a Louis Vuitton R2D2. I need to get off. Everyone stop the world. I need to get off. Drummer?
Yeah, I thought she was rolling around the place the whole time.
Yeah.
So the idea that she has legs is
Can she just have like what do they call it? The Heelys?
yeah.
Heelys on her
She
feet?
does have Heelys. That's not that is canonical.
Perfect.
Let's see if I can. Okay, here we go. This is not entirely. I love this. I love this. This is a little ridiculous, especially by way of how armored it looks. But besides the armored aesthetic, if you took that and sort of scrunched it down to 2'9", you'd have a pretty general concept of what BIOS looks like. So lose the war belt and all the armor, and give her more expressive eyes. And for those of you at home who may eventually see this, small, 2'9". Lose the filigree and the pauldrons and the bracers, and she's small.
She's like 38% cute.
Yeah. Her cute factor is like it can be overstated, but not by much.
Does her lips move when she talks?
Yeah, she's got sort of a welcome back.
I'm sorry, I accidentally pressed the X instead of. Does her lips move when she talks?
Yes, kind
Yes?
of.
Okay.
The sound doesn't come from where the mouth does. It sounds like it comes from more like around
neck?
her chest.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere around like the center of her chest or top of her
Oh, she's
chest
a,
is where the sound.
can I pat her in the head without her killing me?
I wouldn't. I would not. Maybe. Maybe. Do you want
But
to?
I'm very
Do you want a robot
persuasive.
handling check?
I'm very persuasive.
Roll me a
Alright.
roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. 10.
She,
Not
she
this
bites.
time.
She bites. No. She's like, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm okay.
It seems that my charms only work on devils.
What?
Oh, you don't know about that. Oh, okay. So you know how I befriended Zabir, the devil
Yeah.
king?
Uh-huh.
I also charmed, you can say, the devil queen, who I may or may not have had to offer my soul to in order to make sure we don't all didn't die.
Wow.
And that's why I need this ring of mind shielding to be turned into a toe ring. So that way I can just in case she does try to steal my soul, I'll go into this ring. You guys can bring me back somehow.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can do that, I guess. Why don't you put that old dog up on the counter and let's get some measurements.
Okay.
And she
Like-
proceeds to yank your boot off very, very brusquely, and then take measurements of your toes, and then say, you really should not go more than 8 hours without changing your socks.
I would just like to point out that the last time the vet said to bring that old dog up onto the counter, they put my dog down.
That's what I was about to say. There it is.
I didn't know Miles could smell. Miles, can you smell?
Can
you smell things?
I have complete facilities when it comes to sensation.
See, I learned so much. At first, I thought you were like rolled around on like just your heels, or like
Well,
I thought like when I first heard about you, I thought you had tracks or like you just rolled around on wheels. But I see you have tiny little legs.
Here we go. No, wait, no.
Roll initiative.
No, yeah, yeah. No.
So Brennan, if anything should happen to you, God forbid, is there any one of us you want to take the ring? Because as I understand it, you will be
Wayne the wizard. You in case I die.
And
we'll sew your toe back on, mate. It's fine.
And you'll be in the ring then, right?
Yeah, I'll be. Yeah,
you'll be in the ring. Okay.
It's a fine tradition of refusing to take rings.
My soul enters the ring.
And you can talk to Wayne and
I can remain in the ring or depart for the afterlife. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So I'll remain in the ring, and then I trust Wayne the wizard here with his wizardly magic to take care of me.
But I can.
Sure.
But he can lend me the ring if I want to have a chat with you, right?
Yeah, if you want to talk to me, sure.
Yeah, okay.
That's
good to know. That's good to know.
Don't give me the Gary.
Gary will do as best as he can.
Yes. Keeps you
He's
out
not
of
the
hell.
most powerful magic user in the world.
He's still better than hell. Still better than hell.
That is true. I was in hell for a bit before we came back up here, but it's like that's not that bad.
That is true.
Yeah, I was literally in hell, and my queen, give me some love bites, and here I am.
Yeah, you were giving back rubs while Lavaine and I were swimming around in boiling acid.
Hey, she threw me in there. That's how we got all those eggs. I helped you.
Boiling magma. Yeah.
See,
we did that.
See, I've got some chafing going on. Yeah, that's why. Does she have a little skirt?
No.
Does Ballad have a little
Yes.
skirt?
No. It's just sort of like her like hip,
I
like
wanna get her a
waist to hip
skirt.
region.
She
I
had a
wanna get
booty
her
and
a
you do
skirt.
not.
She usually has like a tool belt on, which does give a skirt like sort of quality to it. Because the pockets are big.
Utility kilt.
Yeah, it's very similar to a utility kilt. Yes.
She had a booty and you do not.
I have 20 strength.
He's
I have
he's like a pound cake, baby.
I'm like a pound cake.
He's got
Yeah.
that squat rack action.
Yeah. That's why when I talk to my queen, I get advantage on all persuasion checks.
Like
Yeah.
cracking walnuts.
Between my cheeks.
Can Larvain crack a couple of your walnuts?
Wow.
Okay,
that's bringing it full circle.
I want to summon my devil queen real quick.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's the time I'm going to feed the cat while you guys sort
my interest in women's bodies is strictly professional.
Same. That's not
Speaking
true.
of,
that's not true. I am both adamant.
See, the thing about Brandon never flirts intentionally. He just says things that are like factual.
I'm as queer as a $4 bill.
Like when he says Silent Now probably has been kept up. You know, that's just facts.
I'm just as queer as a $4 bill.
Hey.
Larvain is too.
Hey, Larvain.
Yes.
That brings me to a good point. How do you spend your 2 days of downtime?
I'm really upset because my comrades in the Mercenaries Guild, they don't really know my name. They call me Gary.
No, I make a point during these days to call you Larvain because I think calling people by their real name gives you power over them.
Oh, see that's smart. That's very, very smart.
Oh, God,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Drummer. And
you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. He wonders though if the others have similar insight. So he might just make a point to be like, oh, well, that's your name. Great. My name is Larvain. But then the other part of it, because he's a stick in the mud, he probably spends it in praying.
Sweet. And who is your deity?
I don't know in your particular universe.
Oh no, it was Sayanin.
Some sort of light, lawful, good deity.
That would
goody two shoes.
That would be her. That would be her.
Sayanin.
Sayanin,
my lady, the star of the sea, that I cry to, weeping in this vale of tears.
She's like, my God, you're so emo. Whatever.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
My parents hate me. You love me. I hope you love me.
You just go out and look up at me every night and
star of the sea.
Just emo. So, hasn't anybody ever heard of closing the goddamn door?
I mean, if I have not, but if you want me to slit my wrists, I will do it for you, baby.
Oh, you know what? That's real tempting, but we
do it. Tell me, Mama. Tell me, Mama.
No, that's wow. Can't really help me if you're dead. That's more of the Queens.
It wouldn't be for dead. It just
nope. Nope. Look, I get it. Cutting is a cry for help.
It is.
Roll me a religion check, would you please?
Yes, I will. My computer went to sleep here. It's going to be 1d20 plus, I think, 3. I'm sorry, my monitor went to sleep.
It's okay.
Not that everybody here is boring, it's just that my monitor went to sleep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to go,
Oh,
round
plus
and
4.
Sweet.
It's gonna be 5. Really, 5? It's a nat 1 plus 4.
Fantastic. Oh, this is good. I love it
Oh,
very
I
much.
am the worst
It's a
paladin in the
That's
world.
a
I love you, my
very
lady.
Yep.
I would gouge my eyes out for you, my lady.
Yep. You see, that's what it is. That's exactly right. She's like, oh god, this one again.
This one again, I tried.
You get a 1, and I mean, plus it's like that like love bomb behavior.
Such is my fortune.
Yes. Brandon, what do you do with 2 days? Leave.
Well, besides getting my toe ring from BIOS
Yeah,
adjusted.
she's gonna have to do that a couple of different times to really dial it in.
Yeah.
That's a lot of that's a lot of ring to put on a toe.
Yeah.
I
That's
want
a
to be
big
very
toe.
clear.
Very clear. But hey, it's the spot where they least expect it.
That's fair.
You see? Exactly. So
I actually think that by way of both character and mechanic, no one is going to immediately think that you've got a ring of mind shielding on your toe.
Yeah, exactly. It's all part of the master plan.
Yes.
All right. Now, I think I just got the idea that the other thing I'm going to do during my 2 days while Biles works on my ring.
Yes.
I wanted to have a private conversation with Wayne. There's something in the back of Brandon's mind that isn't itching, and that he's been meaning to ask Wayne. So he pulls Wayne aside, and let's say we're in the men's bathroom, and I lean in and say,
There's a sauna. Do you guys just want to go in the sauna together?
No.
It's too late for that.
Or too early? I don't
Never
know.
too late. Never too late for a sauna.
So
Never
Wayne,
too late.
I've been really, really really want to believe that you are a wizard, but it's just I've been hearing a lot of things about like Sal Nell, like the way she talks to you sometimes, and like the Devil Queen. She kind of said, "Oh, it's just I've been getting little signs here. It's finally been starting to click in my head. I don't think I've ever seen you cast a wizardly spell. So I was like, I want to. Are you really? Are you really a wizard?"
Well, you're probably confusing me with one of those domesticated wizards. They're a lot more common. Now,
A feral wizard, if you will.
yeah, I didn't get the advantage of one of those fancy wizard schools. I didn't get the advantage of a fancy wizard library.
Are you more like a druid wizard?
Well, not really.
Or maybe like a sorcerer wizard, or
I kind of find power where I find it,
if you will.
and use it.
Like a cleric wizard.
Look, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say a word against the gods. Some of them, it's not so much worship, more like blame or please don't beat me harder, daddy, sort of things. It seems to me like. But
please do.
I'm not really a joiner when it comes to ultimately powerful interdimensional cosmic beings. I like to live my life, and I like to get shit done. And a lot of the time, getting shit done can be done really effectively.
Arcane trickster.
With a piece of 2b4 and a couple of good rocks. Now, you can go more sophisticated than that. And I've got no aspersions. Nearly said nasturtiums. Didn't. Bonus points. No, I'm casting no aspersions by people who go sophisticated. And I can be a bit sophisticated if I have to be. But I'm kind of more used to living on the fringes by my fingernails. And where things are a little less shiny and a lot more make do with what you got. And so my magic tends to be a lot like that, with a certain amount of cracking heads of a 2b4 when it comes down to it.
Can I get an exception check?
That's what my dad did.
From Wayne.
That's what my dad did. So
the 2x4. My dad
full
would.
with some rocks.
My dad would go to Lowe's or Home Depot and come home with like a bundle of yardsticks, and he would get a bunch of them because occasionally they would break, and he didn't want to run out of them when he broke them across our asses.
I didn't know.
I
this
am
was
sorry to hear that.
I didn't know this was a competition, dude. I'm sorry.
Sorry to hear that.
If it makes you
didn't
feel
deserve that.
any better, my father was nearly 400 pounds and hung his 56-inch belt on the door in the middle of the house. So that,
No, this is getting too real.
and at one time my sister was really in for it, and so she decided she would take the belt first before my dad could get his hands on it. And you can imagine how that ended.
This is getting too real. I would like my
sentiment.
I would like
Wayne.
my money back.
Appreciate it.
I would like my money back.
Oh
pretty
no,
horrible.
that's what we do here. Is revisit childhood drama.
That's pretty horrible. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's just American, dude.
That is it's American. It's apple pie. American is apple pie, white supremacy, and child abuse. And
That's what it is. That's what it is.
All right, so Brandon, you're getting your new ring.
Okay. Well, what was the persuasion check that he needed to make?
Yes, deception, I believe it was.
Deception. Okay.
For Wayne, with advantage.
None of that is technically a lie.
I know, that's why I'm giving you.
None of it is technically a lie.
Technically,
I was actually going to say that it depends on how white your character is.
You are using
beating around the bush.
Misdirection.
Yeah. So arcane trickster.
Let's see.
I was going to say, which I'm not
was
the
that with
DM,
advantage?
but I was going to say how.
Yeah.
That is a 25 with advantage.
Okay. I don't think that there's I don't think you can make that check.
I might be able to. What's the check for it?
Insight. Yeah, you can't make that check.
How about
you can't? If
I get a natural 20 and
nope.
then use my die, I can match
okay,
it.
if you got a natural 20 and you use your D4 and you get a 4 plus your 1, you'd have to get a nat 20. Okay, all right. You know you're right. You could have potentially made it. In this case,
there's a 5%. There's a 5% chance.
It was actually less than that. It would have been
probably like a 2.5.
A quarter of that. It'd been a 1.25.
Yeah.
1.25.
You can always come running to me and go cast enhanceability, because it's really
or me for that matter. You could just ask. I can do that.
Since it works. Well, Wayne, since either way, whatever you are, if you're a wizard,
you believe him a very rugged type of wizard.
Yeah, the very rugged type of wizard.
Yeah,
I mean, tactically,
I know I can trust you with my.
I'm aware I may have made some less than optimal tactical choices. That time we jumped down on the ship with all the pirates. There was a bunch of guys with muskets, and I thought, what's the most useful thing to do? Should I sweep all the guys with rifles off the boat, or should I lock down who I thought was a sorceress? I'm not sure if she was a sorceress. Yeah, exactly. I thought she was a sorceress, so I thought best if I get in her face and make myself the target.
She was a rogue sorceress, so I mean,
there you go.
Isn't she the one I turned to dust when I punched her?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But maybe I should have pinned down the sailors. Could have done that. Thought about it.
Gotta say, it seemed like it worked out pretty well. You guys did a good job on that fight, actually.
If you've got if you want to talk tactics, how it can be more useful as in the front line as a wizard, then we can go over that. But I assure you, I'm devoting my brain power to improving day after day, one step at a time, all that.
But do wizards really go on the front line, dude?
I do.
Whoa!
I go with him.
I think that's what confuses him.
I'm his guard. See that? Yeah, that does confuse me. So I'm gonna zip up and I'm gonna flush the urinal as we finish talking. I'm gonna wash my hands, and then That's it. Like this entire time, I was in the urinal. You were at the stall taking a shit.
There's just a constant stream the whole time, the whole conversation.
The whole time.
I
Okay,
feel
this place
uncom-
is fancy. This place
to
is
go.
fancy.
I
That's
feel
pretty nice.
uncomfortable.
Right?
Uh,
I'm just
Meyer-
used to using mold earth to make a chute and then filling it in. But this is fancy.
Whoa! I wish to leave the campaign. I want my
Nice.
money back.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't
So
leave.
you do have
Can't
magic.
leave. You're here for
So you are a
money.
wizard.
You've never seen me
I
do
knew
the
it.
mold earth thing? It's like,
No,
oh, okay.
no.
All right,
It's
perfect.
very useful. It's like the
It's
three
my
shells.
favorite cantrip.
I wish to leave the campaign.
There's no way out now. Beautiful. Yeah, we see a couple of days pass, and on the third day, you are called to the briefing room to meet with Chester. He is seated atop the desk when you enter. He's got like a little wooden stool. He's actually on the desk itself, sitting in front of or on the far side of a map of the world. And you can see little rings hovering above this map in its 3D relief. And as you look down, you can see he is sort of ponderous of this map, looking at these little rings dancing. And who's got a good passive perception? What you got?
I got a 19.
That's a very good passive perception.
Got a 17.
That's gonna get it done as well. Yep.
I'm looking.
Looking.
Probably not as good as everybody else.
Well, what do you think you got? Maybe.
You said perception. No.
No.
Passive perception? I mean, I got a +5. I'd have to roll.
Larvain has a
Yeah.
passive perception of 20.
A +5, yeah.
No. Why is your passive 20?
Sentinel shield?
That's what it is.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Nothing gets past.
Okay. Yeah. The three of you very easily notice as you walk inside. You see Chester. He is fixated on a ring in the southeast corner of the map. And
Is that a halo?
it is a little, it looks like a little tiny sonic ring sort of floating over the map. And then all of a sudden you just see it like out of existence.
Oh.
And he taps his cane and he twists his whiskers nervously.
I've seen enough of movies to know where this
So
is
what was
going
that?
to.
Is that that looks like our next mission?
He says it was, and
Oh.
I guess now it's not.
I feel like you need to give that to us, sir.
Did something go boom?
Does that mean someone else snatched up the dragon axe that were supposed to be there?
Circle gets the
Ah.
square.
This has nothing to do with dragon eggs, sir. I abjure you in the name of the gods. Give us that ring.
He says, I don't. Did you hear drummer?
Yeah.
I have not listened to the bard. I abjure you in the name of the gods to give us this ring.
Ignore Gary. He's new.
Son of a bitch! I hate this merchants or mercenary guild.
The Merchants Guild's a different division.
The merchants guild is a different division. Yes, sir. I understand.
Is there an assassins guild?
I wish
there's
there
the
was, so they could
Thieves-
kill me.
There's the Thieves Guild.
Can they kill me,
I'm thinking about it.
please?
So
I would love to give you the ring, but I have a feeling that someone did, in fact, just acquire these dragon's eggs.
does it happen to be a devil?
I don't know.
Because it all. devils are kind of like I'm kind of have a pact with them right now. So like we're on like, our good
That's
side.
not disconcerting
You
at all.
you have a pact. You have a pact with devils.
Yeah, but the queen of the devils means like all devils. Duh.
She's
Like,
not the queen.
well,
Hermes is not the queen of the devils. She, don't get me wrong, she would love to be, but Tiamat is the queen of the devils.
well, if she wants to be, then maybe she can help us. Take her out. Then she can become the new queen of the devils.
That's unlikely. The only way to get rid of Tiamat is to fuse her with Bahamut.
Oh, that does not
then
sound
we-
good.
maybe
Stop
we shouldn't
talking.
do that.
Stop talking to the evil creature.
Chester's not evil.
I'm actually technically not evil.
I think this creature is
Oh
evil.
wait, I think my ring of mind shielding. Can I see what is his alignment?
Can you see someone
Chaotic
else's alignment?
evil.
Can you imagine chaotic evil? Oh no, he can't. They can't see what my alignment is.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
But could it
Drum-
could it but
drummer.
could it just be a local cult bent on worshipping the dragon eggs? I mean, or is there a rival organization on the same scale as ours?
Yeah, what he said.
That is
That-
the right question to ask.
Wayne and Drummer are so smart.
See, I punch things and I seduce devils, and they talk.
Yeah.
So I guess it is still your next mission. Now we have to figure out who else is after the dragon eggs.
I hope it's a local cult because I was working for a cult leader once. It didn't end well, but it was fun while it lasted.
I have heard that you make more money as a cult leader, but you have more fun as a cult follower.
Well, no one likes admin.
Until they hand out the Kool-Aid, and that's when the fun ends.
What show is that? What show is that from?
That isn't from a show that actually happened.
This from The Office. Okay, but it did actually happen. It did actually happen. Thank you, Manuel.
Some Jonestown shit.
Some Jonestown shit.
So this means we're going undercover?
I don't. He looks around at each of you and says, "I don't think that undercover is where you guys sell."
This creature will expose us.
Wow. Interesting prognostications that are totally wrong. Well, maybe not totally wrong. I am going to expose you to danger.
That's what you always do. It's like it's our job.
It's literally
Yeah.
in the job description. Yeah.
I feel as if the creature must die.
Good luck, pal.
That's our boss.
Yeah.
He pays us.
But the boss is exposing us to danger.
Yeah.
That's
act
our
That's
job.
the nature of
That's
the
our
contract.
job.
You
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
sign the contract. It's
Hang on. He had come out of a very stressful situation.
No.
He may have post-traumatic stress disorder.
I don't know that I signed any contract. I just showed
I
up
have all the paperwork.
trying to help
here.
everybody fight against this
Specifically-
demon woman, and I was just labeled as Gary, the imbecile who just
don't
like
think-
started
think it
swinging
was
his hammer.
Just Gary, but I could understand how one could be confused, perhaps. Yeah, I definitely need you all to figure out who took the dragon eggs.
I hate
Alright.
everything.
I mean, the world is
That's
kind
been
of
established.
yeah. The world is kind of messed up. But that ring, what you said, it was hovering over the southeast corner of the map. Do I know what used to be there? Do they have, or is it some exotic, far off country?
Yeah, give me just a nope, wrong one. Let's see if I've got my maps I can provide you. Oh God, oh no. Oh, let's find out what we've got here. I feel like I've got a map. Do, 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 do. The world of Faerun. Uh, D. Nope. Hold on. There we go. I think that's the one. That's not big. That's not big enough.
Story of my life.
All right. Wow. I'm gonna have to find this map and get you a copy of it. That's too small to be worth anything. A sad state of affairs,
Story of my life.
as it were. High res. Let's see about this. No, 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 no. And always the Sword Coast, never the rest of the Forgotten Realms. Why were they forgotten? I don't know. I know at least now they're completely covered, or almost entirely covered.
My understanding is they weren't big enough, or they were forgotten because they weren't big enough.
Apparently.
But it's not a part of the world that drama has ever been traveling or
Roll me a
living.
history check.
That is not my strength. Oh, but it's a 17.
That's not bad at all. Let's see if I can open this map here. Great. There we go. Yep. Well, at some point, you visited the Swordlands, a series of islands in the southeast. Unsurprisingly, the this horseshoe-shaped sort of island continent is vivisected down the middle by the Dragon Sea. And yeah, I didn't make
Vivisected.
that up, but that is what it is, and here it is right there, and there's your map, and
Can we talk about how vivisection is probably a war crime?
maybe, but if you look down the Swordlands down here, in the deep south, just over where the legend for the mileage is, right over Tarmalin is where there's a is where that ring was, and you see it out of existence, and that's that. Uh-oh, Wayne.
So, what
There
intel
he
do
is.
we already have? What do we know? Any leads?
He says, I don't know, honestly.
I mean, when I was there, it was just like, little towns, and everybody was like in political arguments with each other, and it was great for me. I made a ton of money, but then I had to get out real quick. Don't want to get into the details of that.
No. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Do the gods know the things that you've had to do?
Well, the gods might not know, but there might be a few half tabaxi running around these lands who know if their mothers have told them.
Wow. Wow.
Hmm. Yeah.
Maybe you guys should just go take the ship to the island and find out who took dragon eggs.
So, what were you thinking? Dragon cultists?
It's
They generally have a theme going. They usually like big horns, spikes.
Oh my
Lots of
god.
chanting.
We just got done with these motherfuckers. We took their eggs away from them.
you took your eggs from some devils and some some dragon traders.
Right.
There's
So
so
we're out of
many
the
more.
frying pan and we're into the fire.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we're
guess
out of the frying pan, and well, someone else is taking our eggs and putting them in the pan. It seems.
right.
I don't like this metaphor. I liked my metaphor better.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Do you have a better metaphor though?
How
Do you
about what
have a better
if
metaphor, Brandon?
I'm not good at those.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay.
But what if there are other people hunting for eggs? Why don't we take some of our eggs, plant them somewhere, and have an ambush set up for them?
This is an idea.
You see?
It's
Yeah.
dangerous, but I like it.
Then we can kill who keeps not giving up, and then the ones who do, we question them, and then we can find where all the other eggs are.
I think you might be onto something. He sticks his cane onto the map and spins it around on the desk in front of him, and he begins to play with the hairs on his chin as he looks down over the map. He says, "These are the locations of where we know dragon eggs are now."
What about the dragon eggs we have?
Well, I don't know if anyone knows that we have them yet.
How do we keep them from knowing?
Well,
Well-
if they don't know now, let's keep it that way.
We,
Do we have any spies?
I mean, of course we have spies. That's a ridiculous question, to be quite honest. But maybe we could get to a clutch of dragon eggs and lay in wait.
That could work. Let's try that.
Is there one nearby?
And one that's hopefully not surrounded by devils this time.
Where
Probably
the
a wise choice for sure.
An easier mission this time around, please. But as much as I
I'd
love
like to think-
sacrificing my soul for my friends, I would like to do that more than once.
I'd like to think that this was taken by a local mob, not that there's another international, world-spanning organization collecting them. This is a fairly sophisticated
don't
setup.
think that the Thieves Guild is specifically.
Oh, we're not part of a thieves guild, are
responsible.
we?
No, they're sort of a shadow organization.
Well, if you knew about a thieves guild, then they wouldn't be very good.
I mean, we know about them, of course. They're
I know we know, but like you said, a different division.
right.
Sir, your smart mouth is going to get you in trouble. We are a mercenaries guild.
Yeah, we're mercenaries.
We know nothing of thieves.
Nope,
Um,
nothing at
I
all.
knew-
I've never
I knew
stolen
it.
anything in my life.
It's a good bloke.
You know, there's a few places that you could choose from.
All right.
And all right, y'all. Did you get the map? Did everybody see the map?
Got this map? Yep.
Yes.
So there's a few spots here on this map that stand out here. On the far west of the map, there's a cluster of islands there. Madzika, Madzika,
Matstika.
Mhm.
Madzika. Just north of New Ulm, there's Helmsport, and Twin Visages. There's a ring sort of set on the northern tip right there of those islands. There is the from the like under chasm, the big blotch sort of in the middle, eastward. Almost all of that is covered by the mists. So where it says Faerun, that's sea. The northern end of to return to beer. That's that horseshoe-shaped continent island. East to just about Patan and Yaku Plains. Those areas are all covered by the mists. To the east of that, the map is actually sort of back around the other side. And there's like 3 or 4 spots up north. There's one in the ruins of Zenfil Keep in the Moon Sea. There's another one far to the north in Hellgate Keep in the High Forest. There's another one in the Ragged Glacier. There is another not far away from Refuge Bay in the ruins of Mesro in the jungles of Chult. And Chester says, where do you think you want to lay in wait?
My kin are in the high forest.
You could use that.
Hellgate
Maybe.
Keep, then?
Local connections are good.
Yeah. Hellgate Keep. You know.
No, I take that back. My kin are most likely in the high forest.
Well, most likely is better than not likely at all.
I hate everything.
I see that. Well, first I have to ask, Hellgate. Does that have anything to do with actual hell?
No, I think that they were simply trying to give it a moniker that would strike fear into any advancing forces.
So no more devils in that area.
I can't imagine there'd be any devils there. There's so
Okay.
many where you recreate.
Okay.
Gives
Well,
you a wink.
well,
I
okay.
don't usually recreate, sir.
Then you're
Well, I'll
missing out.
Well, I was told I.
Oh, no.
No?
This is sacrilegious.
Recreation is sacrilege.
Yes, against sacrilege like the type of you that you talk about, sir. That is against my order. But if my friends would try to accompany me, I could perhaps introduce them to my kinsman.
He looks to the other 3 of you.
Wayne wishes me to introduce them.
Wayne?
Sure.
Yes. Drummer, yes. Brandon, would you all...
I mean, it's still part of the mission, right? We gotta go set up the ambush.
Local
Excellent.
knowledge is pretty useful.
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan the entire time.
He says, excellent. Then get with Cyanel and get with Bios and set up a plan.
Shall I call Aranis too, see if she can help us? There's a beer.
Please don't. Please don't.
Okay. I figured that I've talked to them and spent too much time with them already.
You do not have to involve your girlfriend in every decision making.
Oh my god. There's a word for that.
I just need to be careful.
There's a word for that in Elvish, and there's a word for that in Common. I will not say that word.
Succubus.
No, that's not the word I was going to use.
Oh.
Is she my girlfriend? I mean, she kind of. I mean, she can probably kill me whenever she wants to. She has my soul, but
she doesn't have it yet.
Yeah.
But if he says it, I mean that's probably what's going around in the higher circles of the hierarchy here. I mean,
really,
if he says it, it's probably what they talk about when they gather at their high-powered meetings.
Can we get an update on what the devils are doing and talking about right now?
No,
no,
because you're not there to bear witness.
Okay.
So here's what I'd like. As Cyanel rolls out a set of blueprints for Hellgate Keep, the space itself is on a huge precipice. And it does look like everything in the high forest from about a mile southwest of the keep up to where the keep is has been burned intentionally. And the gates do have this absolutely hellish appearance. And there's huge forked spikes in the outer walls and two tremendous gates which have like spear-like points sticking out of the gates themselves. And the castle has an almost like Transylvanian sort of nature to it. These huge turrets which rise up and look down, towering over the gates below. It is a tremendous fortress, and it is formidable. And you can see that it is walled on the far side as well, not nearly as significantly as the southwest side. So anyone that was flying would have an easier time getting in. But the keep is, as far as records show, abandoned and has fallen to ruin. Just for want of repair. You know how expensive it is to upkeep a fortress. It takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of manpower, and not everybody has those sort of funds. If you're not really taxing the peasants hard, then you don't have the kind of funds to keep up a keep. That's all I'm saying.
Hadley.
Yeah, I'm happy.
I know you're Hadley.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was on call tonight.
Oh.
I just got 2 pages. One about a patient that wants asthma meds, and one about a patient that wants a call back.
Great.
I'm so
gonna
sorry.
Wrap this up. So yeah, if
so sorry.
If you gotta go, it's no problem.
I've got to return the pages in 20 minutes, so sorry.
I'll be done in 4. So.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm really sorry.
Oh no, well, I was actually planning on wrapping this up. Anywhere 3. I'll be done in 3 minutes now. So here's what I would like for you to do. As you are essentially provided with these blueprints, I would love for y'all to come up with an like a Home Alone style series of like traps to try. So essentially, this is going to be you guys' dungeon, and someone else is going to have to get into it. And so I would love for y'all to think about what sort of traps you're going to set and how you're going to apply those.
Giant
Uh,
boulder.
Giant boulder, absolutely acceptable.
Giant boulder.
check.
Giant boulder that I Chris Redfield punch.
You
down the mountain.
you see you submit you draw a big circle on a page
Yeah,
and
yeah.
slap it down and say
Perfect.
giant boulder, and Sayana looks down and she grabs a little red pen and she checks. Okay.
Perfect.
So here's what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the setup of these sort of like traps and whatnot next week, and then we will get to see how well they work against these dragon egg poachers. So,
Oh, nice.
with all that being said and done, I will go ahead and bid you adieu and au revoir. And
Adieu,
those
au
of you
revoir.
who have work to do, God bless you. I'm finishing mine right now, so
I'm sorry.
it's not a problem because we were gonna do this anyway.
Yeah.
Timing is perfect.
Take care, you all.
With all that said and done, a quick reminder to be good, to take care of yourselves, and if you can't be good, don't get caught. Good night, everybody. Great seeing you.
Good night. Thanks,
See you next
everyone.
week.
Thank you.
Bye,
You
y'all.
guys, thank you, guys.
Doodles.